Hey, this is Dana with Designs by Dana. And this tutorial is for those of you who love to make the corner to corner square. At the beginning of this video, I'll be showing you a picture of a dress I'm in that's made with squares, corner to corner squares. I'm actually using a hook, and this is probably an N. Yeah, this is an N hook. Number 13. It says N13 9.00mm. See that? And it's plastic. I love working with plastic. And then this right here, some yarn I had, probably like Quran. And so I have a dress that was made for me, actually, from one of my students. And it takes me back about 5 or 6 years. When I was teaching, and the lady was in my class, she didn't know anything about knitting or crocheting, and instead of just teaching them how to work a pattern and learn stitches, I wanted them to be able to create, and I wanted them to know that they could, yes, make beautiful blankets, but they could take that same technique and make a garment. And so she's one that listened to me. And she took we used to call this the Rosetta stitch. But I did some research on it, and it was called box carriage or corner to corner. And the history behind why we call it the Rosetta stitch is because the lady who brought the pattern to us in class and taught it to us learned it from a lady who had Alzheimer's, and the lady couldn't tell her what the name of it was. So we just made up the name, gave it the name of the lady who brought it to our class. So for years, it was always the Rosetta stitch. And then, like I said, I did research, found out it was called box carriage, and then people renamed it to corner to corner. So I won't be teaching you how to do the actual stitch. For those of you who don't know how to do it, I have several tutorials on my channel. I will put a link to one or two of them in this video down in the description box. For those of you who don't know, that there's a little arrow off to the right under the description, and you push down on that and it'll tell you more about this video and give you other information. And I'm going to be walking you through what I'm doing. I've already made 2 squares. I made them about 11 rows by 12 rows, I think it is. And so and all you're going to need is 8 squares to put this together. And then what's left, she made a shawl, and the shawl is just make the corner to corner go out as far as you want and stop. Don't do the decrease to go in to make the square, and that's how she made the shawl to go to it. She actually used the yarn called Love That Yarn, and she used the black sparkle. So I was really impressed with that, but I wanted to make one that wasn't so flashy. And so this is just an introduction, but as I come back, you'll see the squares as they come together. And then the top part squares will be not completed, meaning not made into a complete square, so that you'll have the neckline and the armholes. And it's really, really unique how she came up with that. And then down at the bottom, you'll be able to pull up the sides if you want, make one side longer, one side not. So this should be a fun project for you. So I'll be back. Like I said, I'm just starting on my square, my 2 tabs. And after I get probably about 4 of them done, I'll come back and lay them out, and we'll go from there. Don't want to make the video too long, but want to give you enough information that it will be useful for you. Okay? And as always, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hey, well, I always seem to be in my car working. I guess a lot of you know I'm an Uber driver, and so I always take my crocheting with me. So I guess this is going to be another destination piece that I make while I'm on the road doing stuff. But I've made 4 squares like this. My squares are 11 rows by 12 rows. So there's one with that larger needle I showed you. So this piece will have to have either a lining under it or a really pretty blue satin slip. And so I'm taking 2 on the 12 side, meaning 12 tabs across, and I'm sewing them together. And this is a weaving in my tail needle I like to work with. Alright, and then I'm sewing that together. And then, so I made 2, a front and a back panel, and a front and a back panel. So I've made 4 squares like this, and then I made 2 squares like this unfinished. So about 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs unworked in there. See there? 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs unworked on the decrease. See here where I started the decrease on both sides? So only the people who know how to do this corner to corner is this going to work for. So you're going to have to go to one of my tutorials to learn how to do the actual square. So this one is the incomplete square. So I have 2 of these. So this dress I'm making is going to be off the shoulder. So what I mean is, let's see if you can see this. On this and over to one side. Okay, so in making this, I've realized if this is going to be for me, and I'm about at 18-20 size, 18-20, I'm going to make a panel on my sides because I don't want to stretch. I don't want to stretch this. I don't want the holes to be any bigger than they are. So when I do all this together, it'll be a front panel, and then the back will be a back panel. Well, I don't want to pull the seams in and sew them down, and it pulls the piece. So I'm going to make side panels to go all the way down, probably from right up under my arm area. And I'm going to make those with the rectangle corner to corner. And there is a tutorial on my channel for rectangle corner to corner. So I'll make 2 of those. And when I get those finished, I'll come back to you. But I think this is going to be cute. This is not how it started out. A lot of my things start out a little differently than I was visioning. I had it going across this way, I thought. But I didn't figure it out. And after I got this done, I saw another vision of wearing it off to the side at an angle. So we'll see how this comes out. Okay, so now we're at Destination Hospital with this piece. So what I've done is I've sewed 1, 2 together, and then the third one unworked. On the other side, I sewed this one to that one to that one unworked. On the outer part here, instead of doing the same stitch, I did a panel, but I decided just to do a back loop stitch back and forth. I chained 11, and then I did a single crochet in the back loop, turning it back and forth all the way up till I got comfortable, because what I'm going to do is just sew that together. See that needle right there? That's what I use, and I'm going to whip that together all the way up. This one over here, I stopped at right up under the arm because this is going across the body. So when I take this one and sit it on top of this one, I will fold this and seam it down this one, and then that over there will be seamed on this one. But when I get about right here to right here, I'm going to leave an opening for the armhole. See, over here, this is the armhole. On that side, the opening is all that's open. So over here, from about right at the top to about right in there, I'll need to leave an opening so that arm can come through. So I just want you to see it. And it's kind of, the squares put together is a little bit undetectable, but those of you who know what it looks like, it was seamed right here. And I just did it with a whip stitch all the way across. All right, so when I come back, I should have it together to give you an idea. And I opted to go with this stitch than to do it with this, the corner to corner. I just did the back loop, like I said, chained 11. So those are 10 stitches right there. And something that I do different on my edges when I get to the corners, like I'll crochet all the way over here. When I get to the corner, I pick up both loops. I don't do the back loop because I want to strengthen my corners. Then I turn the work, chain up one, and then I go right into this whole stitch. But when I turn, I actually go into the back loop. I'm sorry. When I turn, I go into the back loop, and I go into the back loop all the way across. When I get to the end, I pick up both loops, so that gives it, and so that gives that edge. So see how precise that edge is, how nice and straight that edge is. That gives it support too by going in both loops. So, and then you can design, you know, this is creative, so you can kind of do whatever you want to do, but I'm just trying to teach you design and show you that if you can make a blanket and you know this stitch corner to corner, you can make a dress. All right, I'll be back. Okay, this is now my completed vision. This is the top part, and it fits on in everything. This is the armhole right here. This is the part that goes across your body and under your arm. But I'm having a problem there, so what I'm going to do is go back, add on another color, because this is all the yarn I have left. And some kind of way I'm going to incorporate it down to here, do some kind of stitch around here, come back to the corner to corner. And when I get that thought through, I'll come back. Okay, but it all came together wonderful with the side panels and all. So this is just your form of design. Sometimes the vision doesn't come out as I envisioned it, but then I'm able to turn it into something else. And I like to show you these things so that when it happens to you. Okay, armhole over here, neck, where my hand is. This is nothing like I planned it to be. That's why it's called design. I'll put it on and try to walk you through as much as I can. That's why I don't do patterns. But I will teach you elements of design. All right, I really, really, really hope you enjoyed as much information as I could give you about this. I really did enjoy doing it. This one will be called Rochelle, inspired by one of my students who made a dress for me.